Welcome to SUBFEST 2024. No, it's not. SUBFEST did not happen because of Hurricane Helene. Best wishes to everybody down in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, potentially Tennessee that is going to get smacked with that thing. Rest assured, we're going to be removing the date. Looks like early May. So stand by for more details on that. We're back at the shop. We've unloaded, decompressed, had a lot of whiskey last night. But Ed, because he was going to come out anyway, decided to come out and play with us for today and a little bit of tomorrow. So we're in the shop getting submarine stuff done. And I know a lot of you have been upset that the videos haven't been coming out. I've been a little busy. So let's see what we've got going on here right now. So first off, Ed, what are your thoughts about SUBFEST?
Life on life's terms. The hurricane decided we're not going to play, and personally, you made the right call. You know, safety should always be number one priority. I mean, it would not have been fun. As much as the picnic tables and whatnot are covered, I was actually planning on staying the night there. I don't think intense rain with
driving rain coming in horizontally. Yeah.
is cool. I mean, these are RC submarines, and we don't fear any weather except maybe hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah.
Even we have to draw the line. But it was the right move, and we're making lemonade out of lemons here today.
Yeah, and we were talking, we were actually thinking may be a better timeline.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the weather is going to be more temperate. There's going to be no hurricanes. Talking to the owner of the Red Clay Resort, she actually said that it's like short weather and like long sleeve t-shirts. That's what she was saying.
Yes.
But the water crystal clear because it's nice and cold.
Yes.
No algae and stuff like that. So
yes.
Maybe from now on, we're looking for May. Start the season out. We're not competing with Groton. We're not competing with Carmel. So this is a good thing. All right, let's look at the bench here. We got Logan is working on the crew of a 48 Nautilus, which is the same scale as this, but it's the EFX Nautilus that I had mentioned there last time. Looks like you're almost there.
Got one step to go on Nemo, who I'm pretty happy with how he's turning out. Got to get Ned's hair and finish getting his belt.
Are you gonna do 25 thin red stripes on Ned's shirt?
Oh God, no! If the belt's anything to go by, my long straight lines are still to be desired.
I wouldn't do it either. So we're almost done there. Once they're all done, we're gonna bust into that EFX. We're gonna show you how we bust into that EFX so we can add these guys to the salon area and everything. And this, look at back on the bench. Super exciting. I can't remember if I told you guys or not. This thing lived and then died and then lived and then died one day before SUBFEST. The radio stopped working. But now, hey, hook that power up for me, Ed. Yeah, decided to spontaneously work. Ghost in the machine scenario. But speed controller, no go. I just disconnected it from the system, gave it power, used a servo tester, and it's not working. You guys saw. There's video evidence that speed controller was working. That prop was spinning. I don't know what's going on.
I have a comment. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Now try it.
Yeah. There's something wrong with it.
Ghost in the machine.
But Howard is coming today. He was originally going to come down to SUBFEST. He was up in Ohio. He changed his flight. Got in late last night, like midnight. And he's going to be coming by and surveying the carnage in here. And we can talk about what we're going to do with it. So you'll get to hear from the owner the whole story behind the stubborn 212. Troublesome 212. I think that's what I call it. Troublesome. That's the polite term. The not so polite term is summarized with exclamations and at signs and stars. Satan's 212. Yeah. The whole trip, by the way, was made possible by Ed Tortle for lending us, was it the silver minnow?
The minnow.
The minnow? It's not the silver minnow?
The little minnow.
That
minnows sit silver? Anyway.
Yeah, pretty well all of them. But so I can't remember if I told you the story or not. So Enterprise, if you just rent a normal truck, they don't allow you to tow. No Enterprise or National Vehicles, whom I rent from, allow you to tow with it. You have to go through their commercial truck. And so I ended up with a 3/4 ton Dodge Ram, and it really didn't know that it was towing anything at all in the slightest. I got 15 miles to the gallon in that thing. I don't know if that's good or not. Daisy will tow it. Daisy loves towing this thing. I was surprised. She's just got a little baby 4-cylinder. Now, I don't know about towing it across the country, but
Right.
a little different. But let's show you what we got in the garage here. So this is everything that was in that, and is now sitting in here. Got to go through all of this. A lot of this I did not intend to come back with from SUBFEST. So, in celebration of the cancellation of SUBFEST, we're going to have a massive Nautilus Dry Dock sale on a lot of the stuff that's all boxed up in here, including, I'm going to get rid of that Polar Lights Enterprise, if you guys are Star Trek fans, because I've got one of the Tomy refit. It's coming. Yes. I'm so excited. When are those supposed to be hitting? October?
Yeah, they just closed. They closed it because it's a limited run edition, and it's due October of next year, about a year from now.
Oh, a year from now?
About a year from
I was hoping it was a month from now.
No. You're going to wait a little bit, but it's worth every...
But that's beautiful. That's the Polar Lights. It's the same size. Well, I think 1/350th or something like that. It's like 30 inches long. If anybody's a Star Trek fan, well, that's going to be... And it comes with the super ultra deluxe lighting kit that I got out of the UK for it. Going to be blowing out Argo Hippocamp, that 3D printed hull. I've got an absolutely gorgeous Type 7 extended winter garden empty hull out there. Delta 4. Got a brand new cylinder, MSD cylinder right there. Little resin Seaview kit. I'm going to be going through all of these one by one, and this is how it's going to work. I'm going to have a list of all of this stuff on my website in a form. I'm going to put my absolute rock bottom, I'll sell it, but I'll hate myself for it price on there. If you are willing to pay that price or anything more than that, you fill out the form, you submit it after 4 days, 5 days, whatever. Whoever has the highest bid takes it home, period. Be sold in 5 days, no matter what. Let's talk about the big ballet out here too. So you guys have seen this before. We did this refit over the course of a long period of time. She had some damage from shipping when we brought it back, just minor stuff. We just take 2 seconds to glue it back on. This is going to get blown out because I am heavy on inventory right now, and I've also got the runner back there, right there, which is the same boat. I don't need two. Somebody's going to get this for a rockin' price. Like, I'm thinking out the door, well, as is, you'll have to pick it up or we'll figure out shipping or something, $5,000. This sold to the previous owner for $9,000. That's a stupendous deal. Now, if you want me to go through it, check everything, trim it, and all of that stuff, it's going to be like $7,000. So you can save yourself $2,000. I want this gone, and I want it gone fast. All right? Just do it. Somebody buy it. Just do it, people. DeBoer Seaview, Type 9. It's 48th Gato. I'm not going to talk about this one because Ed might want that one. Can't see that one.
No, let him know. Let's see.
It's a Type 7 fiberglass hull with a deck and everything. Got that from David Ruiz. He let that go when I bought all that other stuff from him. Full RTR Type 7, full RTR Gato We got lots of good stuff in here, people. Step it up. All right, we got more crew in here. We got Logan and Nathan and Ed. We're all here. We just spent a little bit of time prepping my 1/64th scale Gatto. We're going to put that in the pool here in a little bit. Howard's going to be here in half an hour. But now we're leveraging Nathan's superior intellect and experience to put together this ME-262 airplane model that I got a gajillion years ago for free when I got a whole bunch of sub stuff from a guy moving back to Australia. So let's see if we can put this thing together. I'll be flying it right away. I've got one flight under my belt. I'm confident. So we're still waiting on Howard. Howard is half an hour late for being half an hour late. We're getting hungry and hangry. Ed's losing this cool. He's looking for food. But thanks to Nathan, we have an ME-262. Everything works on the bench. I got to get a battery, and I think just a battery, and then we can do the trimmy balance thing. And yeah.
Future submarine buoyancy foam.
Highly likely. So look who's here.
Oh, not me.
It's you, Howard.
I looked the other way.
This is Howard. This is the
This
owner.
is the cause of all the trouble.
Well, no, you're just the owner of all the trouble.
Bob's paint job really does look amazing. Now that I see it in person.
So we're troubleshooting the 212. Here's the situation. Somebody out there has to be smarter than me. Here's the situation. Speed controller stopped working. Brand new speed controller stopped working. After we came back from our trip to SUBFEST, the servos started moving again. We got those. But we were literally just standing here with the boat on and the radio on talking, and it shut off completely.
You have sacrificial high frequency receiver you can just plug in for 5 minutes and hang my mood.
Maybe. Now I'm worried it's going to fry my receiver.
Science!
Give me a minute. We're going to try and throw in a
I'll
radio
explain
here.
it to you.
Well,
I want to see if there's a short here. And the only way to really test that, see if there's a direct short.
no switch is needed because he pulled it up.
Yeah, there's no switch. Anyhow, just for all of you,
No.
Shoo, I'm explaining to the people at home. So we had some excitement. There was some smokage. No flameage, but there was smokage coming from, where's the wires that got melted? Is this right here? See? Right there on the ground wire. And when we pulled the battery pack out, it looked like there was a dry solder here, but I don't know. I don't believe it. The battery pack is still putting out 12 volts. It should be 14 because it's fully charged. So the fact, remember you guys, this was like melty.
Yeah.
These could be a problem. Except when I was troubleshooting, I used a fully charged brand new lithium polymer battery pack that was, at 12 volts. And still nothing was working. Ed right now is checking to see if he can detect a short. And so far, there are no shorts, only pants. All right, boys and girls, we've vivisected, is that the right word?
Yeah, sure.
And disemboweled the boat. If for any of you who don't know what it looks like inside these 212s, there's a power distribution plug here. So 12 volt power comes into the bottom, as well as 5 volt power from the battery eliminator right there. And it goes through this plug with little tiny spade connections on it. We think, maybe, that the electrical gremlins that we're having could be a result of a short deep within this or this. So what we're going to do is do away with this, go with a direct connection with one of these for a quick disconnect, fits perfectly in there. The other thing we're going to do, because the ESC is shot, is bust all this apart, take it all apart, remove the ESC, remove the motor, swap in a brushless motor, and put the ESC out here where it should have been installed in the first place. Where you can get to it. You know, if something goes wrong. Not that anything ever goes wrong, but just in case, it would be where you can actually get to it. Odds are very low that anything would happen with the motor, and that's fine being buried back here, but we want the ESC where we can get to it. And then, on top of everything else, we're going to swap out the battery pack, which looked super, yeah. It's a one dead cell in there, we figure. Shorty cell. We got to figure out about battery. So that's a 4200. I wonder if we could go like a 5200 LiPo. Do they make them in? Do they make a different footprint though that would fit in this battery compartment? Because your 5200 won't fit.
No, that's all.
Can I take a lipo on a plane?
In your carry-on, not in the baggage.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it in your backpack, but not your.
Okay, so I'd have to take it out when I travel.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The 2S5000. You want to give us some idea if there's a hope.
It's too long. By just a little bit. But I'm sure there's tons of different footprints. I think we'd be able to find a big brick LiPo that'll probably increase your runtime by 30% because they're more energy dense than the nickel metal hydride batteries.
And with the new brushless motor, you said I'll gain
more efficiency. Yeah, they're more efficient. They're more torquey.
Oh, that torque is great.
Torque. We need more torques.
You can use it to mix margaritas at that.
Yeah. So the good news is, I'm pretty sure I heard Ed say that that Howard's leaving with an operational boat. So have fun. We'll get back to you a little later, and we'll see how you make out.
That's not happening.
What? Wait, I take it back.
Yeah, too late.
So you'd be here to help.
I am. Tape.
So they're what
My
happened?
kingdom for some freaking tape, man. Where's the blue tape?
It's right by your crotch. Your other crotch.
You got more stuff than I do. I know.
That is not properly rated electrical tape.
That's not what I'm looking to do.
Yeah, well,
Bob's a pro.
we're gonna have to fix all of those.
It's all good. It's all good.
Why? What happened, Nathan? I don't understand. What's the problem with my wires?
Well, when you're using the wires from your battery to your speed controller, test it, and you're trying to hook the leads up to actually test, and you don't watch all the wires, and they touch, then stuff gets really hot, and
my like 48 gauge wires just kind of like
yeah, they literally melted together. Like they were like this.
Yeah, all the
So-
energy went there.
those cost me at least like 98 cents off Amazon, I think.
I will leave you
But
a
it is
buck.
8,000% markup.
So I think I've decided that I'm done with this. I'm just gonna put it in a box and we'll send it back with you. Is that okay?
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I really appreciate everything.
We did most of the work, really. All the rest is just the easy part.
We're real men. We can fix this.
If we can't fix it, we can take it apart real good. So this is a 540-12 Speedster by Alexander Engel.
Okay.
And what we're hoping is we're going to be able to bolt a new brushless up to this mounting flange / seal assembly.
How do we set the neutral on this?
It's Friday. The crew's back. Howard's not here yet. He should be here anytime. We've got his boat almost put together, but we're fighting more gremlins.
Yeah.
Glad we have a problem with low frequency.
This does the mixing and pitch control at the same time.
Correct. Yep. So yeah, the problem that we're running into, the low frequency radio receiver here intermittently dies on us. So that's not good. We swapped out for a 2.4 gig receiver that Nathan happened to have in his vehicle, which is super cool. We've got functions, but now our pitch controller is not working at all. He doesn't need a
Does
pitch
it have a
controller.
problem with 2.4?
Oh, it might. We could just swap in the servo tester and we'd know right away. Let's try that. Okay, let's recap here. This was working, then it wasn't working, and then we disconnected it, and now we reconnected it, and now it's working again. So it's like it needs to like take a nap, and then it comes back.
It's working now.
Yeah. But now the pitch controller was not working at all, which was brand new. You guys saw me. Okay, yeah, let's just look. Maybe it's all working now. There's like a little gremlin who lives in the ballast tank. Signal. Yep, that's right.
Remember,
We're moving now.
you got to quote Khan at this stage. It tasks me. It tasks me, and I shall have
Okay,
it.
so we've got our servos. Now hold on a second. And now the pitch control's working.
Maybe not the right direction. But
Well, I mean, whatever, but it's working now. It wasn't doing anything a minute ago.
it was not.
Laughing at the superior intellect.
Even with the servo tester connected to this, it was not working.
So what we do now, because everything is working, we quickly put it back together again, put the hull on, and hand it back to Howard.
And that's it.
We have video evidence everything is working. Come on, this is the Ed's test of RC submarine qualification. Can he fill the torch using the butane? Do I need to come over there, Ed?
No, this is exactly like that boat. You just, hey, I'm like a moth to a flame. If it ain't running, if I don't get this working, I'm unsatisfied for the rest of my life.
You just wanted to put the little condom on the little nipple there.
That's what I want.
All right. Are we good now?
No. It adjusted itself.
He's lucky I don't mind making a fool of myself.
So, good news. We've exorcised the demons from the 212. We think it was, mostly radio related, right?
I would
But
say mostly power related.
Power.
Related to cause those issues.
And wiring and linkage and radio. Yeah, we extracted the demon guts from the boat. It was messy wiring, and so much better now. But Ed needs to head out. He's hooked up to Minnow. You're on your way. It was good seeing you.
It was a pleasure to be here, always. We had a ball. I think we had a ball.
It only took the collective experience of all of us to get it figured out.
But that's what this is all about.
That's
That's
right.
why you should join the dive tribe and come sit in on Saturdays.
Exactly. Yep. It would actually be cool that pick one person's boat that they're having a lot of problems with and do a
Yes.
video,
Yeah.
and then everybody could say, okay, do this.
It truly does take a village.
To build a boat, to exorcise a demon. What is it with the witches? You need 13 to do a spell, don't you?
A coven.
Yeah, a coven.
Coven.
All right. Well, that's good. Ed's gonna take off, and then we're gonna show you momentarily what Howard brought in regard to his Albacore. All right, we're here with Howard McCain, and he's passionate about the Albacore. And eventually we're gonna be hooking him up with an RC boat. But in the meantime, he's invested a lot of time and energy in
And unfortunately, money.
in documenting the Albacore. So I want to quickly talk about that. First off, how did you get the hull form and everything that we're working with for all of this stuff?
Okay, so this is going to end up being a 48 scale version of the Albacore. And how this was done is we hired somebody back in Rhode Island who went up with us to the museum, and we did a LiDAR scan of the whole submarine and took about 1,600 pictures of all the details as well. And then we turned this all over to the museum, and but now we've slowly been working on taking all that data and making an exact a replica as one can make.
It literally can't get any more accurate.
Yeah, at the scale we're doing for the parts. So as you see, so this is a test print of part of the front of the hull, and we've done a lot of these little parts in brass so they'd stick out more. That's actually a wrench.
And as you said, is removable, right?
Yeah, all these parts are removable, so they have little slots. As you see, that when we do the hull, they'll actually be there, and then when we glue it, it just sticks back in. And also the little slot will help hold it. There's a little bollard. These have, this is the cover for the buoy, but you can see all the little things are actually raised.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, those aren't just holes. Those are actually the proper raised dimples.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll probably end up by doing more of that detail like this. So this is part of that hull of what the boat will actually be like. Here's a little bit. It doesn't really fit of the tower.
Sail.
The sail. So it doesn't really fit. But as you can see, we have the little parts. There's a window there that we've already kind of stuck in. Here is the sail window that'll actually go in. That is actually brass with plastic.
And was that plastic 3D printed as well?
The plastic was 3D printed and then shined, so it was, buffed so that it was clear. Mm-hmm. And then these little, the trim, which is brass with all the little proper rivets, was printed and then just stuck right in, because this is all done in CAD, every single piece, and printed.
And that's all accurate to the rivet pattern. Show him the secret numbers.
Oh yeah, so the secret numbers. So this, when it comes time to paint it, so this comes off the scan as well. So I don't know if the light can catch it.
Yep. There you go.
So now we know exactly how the size of the numbers, the shape, and where they go to match the real one.
That's so cool.
So,
but now we need to go over or bring over the super cooler project.
This was a bigger project. Let me put this over here. This is the forward dive planes for the Albacore, which are really unique because according to what the original diagram said, a lot of the older subs, the planes folded up when they were in the stowed position, then folded down or went in and out like this. But these actually rolled on their axis like this, which you'll see in the cutaway for a second. So we had to figure out how to do that. And we spent a lot of time in CAD designing this little brass section you saw here, which is temporarily stuck in the correct scale. This is 48 scale of the nose with a bunch of putty, but this is all stuff we did in brass. And nobody would tackle this initially because they all said it needed to be made on a 5-axis machine, which was going to be cost prohibitive. And finally we found this great old Ukrainian machinist who did it on a 3-axis machine. It took him a long time, many tries, but he got it done out of a big block of brass. So, and it's driven obviously by this linear servo. What is the name of that company again, Bob?
Accutronics
out of Canada. And we just set up this temporary test system to see how it worked, and I think it's going to perform great. You could actually, of course, make this just print one out of the printer. This is a separate piece, of course. This keeps it all in line, and this little pressure point pushes down on a little brass and nylon bushing in there, so it will keep it from going up and down and rising. It's always going to keep pressure on it to keep it all in track.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a piece of art all unto itself.
Yeah, as I was telling Bob, I used to put just this piece next to me on my bedstand at night when I went to bed. How geeky is that? Just to stare at it. And what did Ed say? He said, "Let me take it to the bathroom so I can have some fun."
But you can see if we look from the side, dive, surface. It's like bat wings. Dive, surface.
Yeah.
And then, from the central position to stow.
There you go.
Yeah, super cool.
And it matches, as I said, the engineering drawings that we found from the 1950s on this boat, except on theirs, instead of one actuator driving both fins, they had 2 actuators, so they were independent, but they moved together.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah, that is awesome. And of course, this will be implemented in the
Real sub.
in the actual sub we build.
You know, this may be the longest, slowest gestating project in history, but we keep at it and we make fun, cool things. So anyway, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed that.
I know I did.
All right.
Well, we are wrapped up for the day. Everybody's left. They're gone. I got my weekend ahead of me here, but I want to share something real quick before we go. Some of you, most of you, recognize Atragon. So this is fully 3D printed and hull in ABS with glass fiber reinforcement. We're going to be doing some filling and sanding. We want to show you guys what this is going to look like when it's done. The sail, the turrets, the diaplanes, the saw blades, all of that stuff is on the printer right now. Should be done later today. So next week, this will all be sanded and cleaned up and looking like a boat. I'm going to show some pictures and show you what that looks like. This slips out, so if you can put it in, put the retaining clip and do your drilling operations or whatever, or just glue it on, forget about it. I don't know. It's growing on me. I didn't really think much about it until this guy commissioned me to do it. So it's pretty dang neat. And then the way that I've done this is you've got a lip on the inside there. You obviously cut access however you want to, but that lip ensures, rock solid alignment. Just drops right down. Awesome. So with that, we're going to wrap up this short week's video from the Nautilus Dry Docks. Hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to be back in force next week. We will see you guys then. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, catch you next time.